Hi. So, do you know that every year almost 10 lakh students apply for IIT exam and only 16,000 students get selected to IIT? And you know what? Behind these 16,000 selected students, there are real life heroes who work day in day out behind the scene. Hi, I am Sachin Kaushalya, and today we are going to meet such a backstage hero who contributes to the students' life, and these IIT institutes have made a mark to the global platform. And today we will have such a personality who has kept on contributing to students' life and is a real life hero for the students. So today we have with us none other than Arun Kumar Sana sir, who is the founder of Arun Physics Academy. Welcome sir.
Yeah.
We have heard many a times parents says हमको अरुण सना सर के पास ही कोचिंग लेनी है. So how do you feel about it?
It feels good to hear that, and I think the mainly reason why people say that in our academy it is just not only academics, but it is also the timely guidance that we give the students. In the timely assessment.
Right.
How is the kid performing at different stages of his preparation? During the preparation stages, right? There are different stages of preparation. So we, when the kid gets a proper guidance, right? Okay, during this time you're supposed to do a particular set of questions or a particular way of solving questions. And that guidance is what makes us little different, and I think that's what parents like about it.
Sir, so was studying at IIT was always your dream, or it was like out of कुछ नहीं है तो IIT करते हैं?
So see, during our time, right, that was around 2003, 2004, we really didn't have much awareness about these IITs and engineering colleges. I just heard about an engineering college called IIT. So my actual goal was to join Indian Navy. But due to my eyesight being very high, I was disqualified medically, and I thought, why not try engineering? And then, so if you ask me, it was completely accidental. I just prepared for IIT, and I was good at it, so I cracked the exam.
So sir, when did you completed your graduation, and from which branch you completed?
I completed my graduation from IIT Madras. It was a 2006-2010 batch in electrical engineering. So 2010, right, after passing out, I have been teaching full time. I actually started my teaching somewhere in 2007 only as a part-time job. While studying in IIT, I used to teach on Saturdays and Sundays. And then when I passed out, right, it became a full-time career.
And sir, could you tell us more about your life at IIT?
Life at IIT, meaning if you ask me, right, simple thing, it's like the best 4 years in my life. I can tell you, those are the best 4 years. There's a lot of fun. See, IITs are not only about academics and education, but it is also about all-round development. And just to give an example, right, I learned martial arts for 2 years. I learned violin for 2 years, right. I used to go and teach part-time job. I was a computer gamer. I had a team also. We used to go and play computer games against other colleges. I was a hostel runner. We had sports. We designed a submarine in my first year. So it is just not about academics. Me being an electrical engineering. Right, I even did a course on how to write books, how to make movies. This kind of environment and the facilities, right, you won't find in any normal local college.
True.
So if you ask me, IITs, right, it is fun. Meaning it is worth putting that fight and getting into a college.
So we have a versatile version of Arun Sana sir, which we are not aware in the previously.
Right.
Sir, so like you said, IIT has turned you into a versatile personality. So over a period when you pursued your IIT graduation and today, what things have changed over a period of time?
The thing, right, during my time, again, this is around 2003, 2004, or even a decade back, when you look at it, the competition has increased a lot. Even a decade back, right, people really didn't have much awareness about IITs. People knew about IITs, but they know it's a good college and all. But the kind of awareness that we are having now, the competition has become at least triple, right? And the kids, people start preparing even from 9th and 10th standard, right? So these exams become quite competition, and the level of the papers also is going up continuously. So if you ask me, it was much easier during my time, but now the kids are actually facing much more a difficult situation.
So sir, like you said, the time has changed and now the students are preparing almost from the school time.
Yeah.
So does studying foundation course from the school, does it really helps in preparing for IIT exam?
So the thing, right, some people, right, they start the program even from 6th standard. If you ask me, in my opinion, right, starting from 6th and 7th is not useful. It just puts an extra burden on the kids, right? So the ideal time would be like, just after the 9th standard gets over, right? And before the 10th board exams, the kids will have around 7 to 8 months of time. So I would recommend that would be the good time, to start off, like, instead of a full-fledged course, you can start off with a certain topics where you can, with the school topics, you can brush them up and take them to a level. That would help kids, much more than rather starting quite early. People who start in 7th or 8th, right, by the time they come to 9th and 10th, first of all, they won't really remember much. Second thing, right, it will actually interfere with their school thing. And 8th and 9th standard, kids are too young to understand what they're preparing for. So an ideal time would be just after 9th standard.
Sir, so what are one or two most important things that you would like to convey to the student or the parents of the student who are aspiring for IIT?
So the most important thing, right, for this JEE preparation, it is, not your IQ. The kid need not be a prodigy or an intelligent, genius. Even an average kid, right, can get into an IIT. The most important thing, right, is consistent working. In school, right, kids have a habit of, studying like 1 month before or even 1 week before and getting 95, 96%. And this gives them, a false confidence, like, oh, I am capable of doing it and all. But if you see in real life, great things are achieved when you do a consistent work for a long time. So the most important thing for JEE preparation, right, if you ask me, is a consistent work ethic. Working on a regular basis for the continuous 2 years. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint, right? So even an average kid can get into an IIT by having a, working, systematically on daily basis and, following the teacher's guidance. And that is one important thing, because if you leave it to the kids' perspective, they will do whatever is easy for them rather than doing whatever is good for them, what is actually needed for them.
Sir, so like we know for IIT, 3 subjects, physics, chemistry, maths. But now let's speak on your favorite subject, physics. So it is often said that physics is the most difficult subject. Do you agree to that, or it's a myth or it's a truth? We would like to hear from you.
Like you're asking, right, is physics the most difficult among the 3 subjects? Now, frankly speaking, right, there is nothing like, physics is more tougher than maths or chemistry. All 3 subjects, if you ask me, like 3 different kinds of monsters. Each one has to be dealt in a different way. The way you study for maths, you can't do it for physics. The way you study for physics, you can't do for chemistry. So this is where even students, get confused actually. They think I'm good in maths, why am I not doing physics? The problem is the 3 subjects are different. I won't say they're difficult, they're different. For example, when you study physics, it is more emphasis on, solving more varieties of questions. It is focusing more on, different conceptual things. It's more of, visualizing and imagining stuff. When you come to maths, it is more of a lot of practice solving. Chemistry, it is more of, remembering stuff and formulas and different results. So among these 3, the reason why people feel physics is a little difficult is because it has a lot of interconnectivity. Meaning if there are 25 chapters, when I teach you a 20th chapter, right, even the first 19 chapter questions can still come. Now this doesn't happen in maths and chemistry. That's what makes, physics, it's not difficult again, it is different. It is a interlinked concepts, a lot. So any chapter can be linked to any chapter in the 25 chapters. That's what makes physics a little difficult than others.
Sir, we know that you don't like to boast about yourself, but somehow we have come to know that your students are getting placed at top 20 universities at US and Singapore. So tell us, is that true, and if you like to share more details about it?
See, when the students are preparing, right, it is not only IIT, right, students do prepare for other exams also. People do give, SAT, SAT, or people do apply for, National University of Singapore. People do apply for abroad colleges also. So it is just not only IIT that we should be targeting it. There are even good colleges like BITSAT, BITS Pilani, BITS Goa, IITs, NITs. So we do prepare students for all these type of exams also. So when people do apply for abroad also, right, whatever they learned in 11th and 12th year helps them a lot in their undergraduate courses there. Because when you see abroad, right, whatever we do here in 11th and 12th levels, most of these things are done in the first year of graduation there. So most of my students, they too tell me, sir, like whatever we did in 11th and 12th, even we couldn't get into IIT, it helped us a lot in, this foreign colleges and all.
So sir, your students are getting admissions globally, so we can say Arun Sana is world-renowned professor of physics.
And I don't want to say all that. But like I said, whatever we do in 11th and 12th helps a lot, even if you're going for abroad.
So basically, students should not focus on IIT, even if they are not able to get in IIT. So IIT is not an end of life.
Yeah. It is not like IIT is the only thing. We do have other backup options also. Meaning even we do, we suggest students that only. Don't think of only IIT. That is our primary goal, but let's do have some backup also.
Sir, so Arun Physics Academy, how is it different?
Thing, right? Unlike other big institutes and all, here, see, I don't run multiple batches. I run very small batch sizes. So it becomes very easy for me to give personal attention. See, whenever you want to groom a student, right, to perform, it is just not only the academics that matter, but also you should know what are the personal issues, while solving problems, what kind of issues they face, during studying, what kind of problems they face. Now, for this, the teacher has to give time. And you can't do this in a, large setup with hundreds of students, right? So that is one thing, if you ask me, the personal attention. And second thing, this here, right, I take care of everything. Like from when I start a chapter, I take it from ground zero, assuming the kid knows nothing, and I take it from there to an advanced level. And then after every chapter, we do have testing in my own platform, where is the testing platform. Then after the paper gets over, we have a paper solving, we discuss the doubts, and I do give them a very concise content, which covers all varieties of models. Right, so if you see my content, it has like around 5 to 6 levels, which caters from NEET. Even we do train for NEET class, so from CET, NEET, JEE mains, advanced bits. So everything gets covered. So that is one all-in-one content, which takes care of all the different varieties of problems. And the other thing, right, it is important for a student, right, to be with one particular set of teachers. If you see this institutes, the biggest problem they face is a teacher teaches for 6 months and is gone. Another teacher comes. So it becomes very difficult for kids to, catch up or to understand that difference in phase. So here, if you see, I'm the owner, I'm the teacher. So I can really see, what kids needs, right? I can accordingly adjust, and I can always adjust the program according to the kids' need. I can customize it for them, which doesn't happen in a normal, this institutes. So if you ask me, that is one of our biggest advantage. We can be very versatile. We can change the program or modify depending on the kids' needs, right? That is one thing. If you ask me, that is one thing. And like I said before also, that we do provide, it is not only academics, but the timely guidance and, counseling for kids, like how to prepare and how to handle the exam.
Sir, so we have heard a lot of your name, like you are an expert of physics coaching. So if our viewer or any student who is viewing this interaction, where can he study from you?
See, we have two types of batches. One, we do have an offline batch where it is a physical classroom interaction. The second thing is an online batch where, students from, we have students from Delhi, Chennai, Pune, pan India actually. So anyone who wants to study, right, we do also have an online program. So the offline and online, these are the two programs which we offer both for JEE and NEET.
Sir, so we know your schedules are really breathless, and we really appreciate that you took out time for this interaction. You gave us time to interact with you, to know more about your journey and IIT, and wish you all the best for the good thing that you are doing to change the life of the students. And we wish that you continue this and change many lakhs and lakhs of students' life. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.